Hello and welcome to our tour of our friend Jan's house. We have just arrived and we're about to go knock on the door to see her wonderful Christmas village and her beautiful wreath. There's all kinds of things that I just don't know what to expect. But I want to also show you just right here, it is so beautiful, her babbling brook that she has right in front of her house. So let's go look at it. Okay, Jan's house is just already so darn cute. Let's ring the doorbell. Hi, hi. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Who is this wonderful little critter?
This is Sammy.
Hi, Sammy. Does she have a middle name?
Sammy Joe.
Sammy Joe. Oh, she looks like Cindy Lou from the Whoville. Oh, she's beautiful. Wow. Oh, thank you so much for inviting us here to your wonderful home. I hear you like Christmas.
I love Christmas.
Why do you love Christmas?
Just lots of memories.
Yeah, lots of wonderful memories. So Jan, you do a lot of doll making. Can you tell us a little bit about you as a doll maker?
I've been making dolls since the early 90s, but the last 10 years I really concentrated on making more with Linda Wall. And I just enjoy the sewing more than the painting and the vintage or the antique outfits. So.
Well, you do a wonderful job with that painting.
Thank you.
So you have been working really hard to decorate for Christmas. How many years have you been doing this extravaganza?
About 20 years now. My sister and I started collecting the snow babies in the village and everything in about 88. And every year we would travel all over to find stuff. And so I've been setting it up about 20 years.
Oh, so when you unpack and you set it up, does each ornament, each decoration remind you of a place?
It does. The memories of where we were at and what we were doing. And yeah, we used to always find Christmas shops to buy Santa ornaments and snow babies. So
well, and wonderful jewelry. Your earrings are little.
Oh,
they're little carved Santas.
They are. These were my sisters, and so I don't know where she got them, but I love them.
Well, I can tell you and your sister were very close. What is your sister's name?
Her name was Jean Klein.
Jean Klein.
Mm-hmm.
How wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing all of this with us. It is a treat and a treasure to share in those memories and to see something so beautiful. The first thing in your home is this beautiful wreath. Can you tell us a little bit about this?
Well, these are snow babies, and like I say, we started collecting them in about 87 or 88, and each year we would add 2 or 3 to the wreath, and the wreaths got bigger and bigger, and so I haven't bought any for the last 2 or 3 years, but you know, it takes me about a day to unpack them all and another day to get them up, so, and it's just fun.
Well, you have been working on this for many weeks, so we're going to go in and show our wonderful friends here some close-up details of this amazing wreath. Jan, your snow baby wreath was amazing. So now we are moving to the other side of the room, and the first thing I have to notice right here is this wonderful Santa. Can you tell us about him?
My sister and I went on a road trip to Tennessee and down south, and we stopped at Gatlinburg an artisan group of artists outside of Gatlinburg, Tennessee. And the lady paints these faces on a flat rock. And her husband collects all the different clothing rags or whatever you want to call them from old blankets and whatever, and then they make the dolls. And some of the dolls, the horse is hand carved. There's a Nancy in the back in the bag that's hand carved. They hand carve the ornaments.
How wonderful. It's hard to imagine that is a rock. She did such a great job making it look three-dimensional.
It's beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful. Now, we know you are a doll maker and a wonderful doll artist. You're very modest because I just think your work is absolutely wonderful. Here, are these all of your creations?
Yes.
And did you make these in class?
I did. Most of them I made in class.
Look at that. Your beautiful Romer right there.
Yeah, that's a Cheryl Williams class.
Wow. How wonderful to have that class with Cheryl, and I'm sure you have a lot of good memories from doll making class.
It's a great time. I still go to doll class once a week just to mainly socialize because it's so fun, the group.
Getting down so you guys can, everybody out there can see her wonderful creations. They're just displayed so beautifully. Jan, this looks like your formal dining room. Do you eat in here very much?
We eat in here quite often, especially if there's more than 2 people. My son lives with me, but when we have guests, we always eat in here.
It is beautiful. The first thing I notice are these wonderful painted boxes over here.
This is my sister's painting. She taught and painted rose mauling for many, many years and won many ribbons. And so it's a Norwegian folk art. It's what it's called, rose mauling.
And this is all done by hand?
Yes, all by oils, all by hand.
You two are both extremely creative ladies. I love this. This collection of Santas is wonderful. Jan, can you tell us a little bit about them?
Well, on the one on the far right with the teddy bear, my sister and I made that. We made many of them and sold many of them. And we would look all over for the toys and everything for them. And then the next one is a Simplich.
A Simpich, yes, that's a wonderful Simpich.
And a House of Hannah, the wooden one in the middle.
Oh, this is, House of Hannah is new to me. This is wonderful.
Oh, I have a lot of ones. And then the Norwegian folk art is my sister's painted it.
Your sister painted this. It's just exquisite.
And then the Blue Death one is, I purchased it in Tampa. A lady did the sculpting and made them all out of different things that she had, and I just think it's wonderful.
I love the face and the blue and white color scheme. Oh, beautiful. look down the stairway, I have to point out these amazing candlesticks.
Yes, these are some more that my sister painted. They had the rose mulling on, and then she painted all the Santa faces in each one. They're different faces on each one. I just love them.
Oh, I love them too. Not only is this extremely inspiring for other artists out there, it is just so amazing to see her talent and her imagination. Look at the half-eaten apple on top of that Santa. Oh, they're wonderful. Did she make these as gifts?
No, she taught them in classes, and then she just made me a set and herself a set, so.
Wow. We're going to take a quick break from the candles and look at our baby. Hi, sweetheart. Are you enjoying the program? Okay, Jan, first of all, your stairway is gorgeous. What are we going to see down here?
Well, down below is just some more Santas that I've collected and a little whimsy centerpiece on the table. Of course, the plates on the wall are some more rose mulling my sister painted. And the doors at the end are old Chinese doors, antique doors from China.
Beautiful. All right, let's go take a peek. This one is so great. Jan just told me that they bought this one in Pauley, South Carolina, and the special thing about this wonderful Santa is that he's made out of a tree stump, and you can totally tell when you look at his hat. Now on the other side of the stairway, Jan has this gorgeous collection of very special stockings. Jan, tell us about these wonderful creations.
Well, my sister painted the ones on the end and the one in the middle. The other two are just collector stockings by Audubon.
They're embroidered and they're just beautiful.
They're all hand embroidered.
Your sister Jean was just absolutely incredible. She had so many different mediums that she expressed her art. Mm-hmm. Do you have a favorite of things that she made?
They're all favorites.
Yes, it's hard to choose, isn't it?
Yeah.
Before we go into the living room, I want to show you these wonderful creations that Jan made. She is so talented. Jan, tell us about these wonderful framed creations right here.
Well, these are collages. I used to take classes from Helen Gibb, and most of these was in Italy. We went to Italy and we would take classes in Italy. Of course, we didn't finish them. We finished them when we got back home, but they're all Italian-based theme. All the ribbons are all the flowers are handmade from ribbons.
Wow, I love a great collage. There it says Rome, how wonderful. And And these caught my eye, and Jan was nice enough to let us come in the bedroom because these are just beautiful.
These pictures are ribbon art. So you start with a painted canvas, and then you have different threads and different ribbons with the ribbons, and you do different stitches to create the 3D effect. The thatched house roofs are my favorite in these. They took a long time to do, but I just love them.
Ribbon art. This is wonderful. If you do ribbon art out there, please give us a comment. This is such an inspirational and fun idea.
This is a crazy quilt teddy bear. My sister and I had more fun making these. We looked all over for fabric, and then we would spend hours getting all the different stitches in and creating his face and everything. I see from the front all of his roses and from ribbon.
So ribbon art comes in many different forms.
It does.
This bear is wonderful. I love him.
Let
So
me
does
turn
Sammy.
him around so you can see the back of him.
Let's see that.
He has different
Wow.
stitches on his back.
Oh, I love him. Okay, I want to make one. He is one of my favorite things in your entire house, that patchwork bear. He is just wonderful. Oh, the ribbon art bear.
Well, he's called Patchwork Bear, so that's fine. His little feet are.
Oh, look at that. Look at the little feet. Jen, you also make quilts. Did you make this one right here?
Yes, this is the first quilt I made. It's all done by hand. It's called a cathedral window quilt. And my mother used to sew for J.C. Penney's making little girls' clothes. So we had a lot of fabrics to choose from to put into our quilt.
Just a wonderful, wonderful creation. A great way to add a splash of color. Now, one of my favorite dolls of all time is your little Kessner 243 baby.
Yeah, I made him for the convention, and he's my favorite one I've made. I took first place in the category he was put in, and then best of show.
Oh, you deserved it. This is wonderful.
All done by hand.
Oh, and his headdress and his
Yeah.
recreation of the iconic Gumps costume. Jan, you did a great job with this little guy. Did you name him?
Ching is his name.
Ching. Oh, that's perfect. So before we show the wonderful Christmas village, Jan, these wonderful little houses caught my eye.
These are part of the Christmas in the City collection. The church in the middle is a church in Germany where Silent Night was first written. Not certain where in Germany, but Germany.
Love this. And then you have a beautiful cabinet right here displaying some more of your wonderful creations. Jan, this is amazing. This, I know our viewers are not expecting this. What is going on in your living room?
Each year I have this collection that I've collected since 1988. So I build a village of houses and lights and whatever, and takes me many hours to put it together, but I love it every year.
Every year. This is incredible. Are they mostly Department 56?
These are all Department
They're all,
56. This
okay.
is the North Pole Village.
And it's, I'm sure, complete.
Well, no, there's
there's more.
Oh yeah, there's more, but I don't have any more room.
No, this is just such a treat. We're going to go in and just pan this wonderful village that you have worked so hard to set up for us. And gosh, I hope you guys just enjoy this so much. It's breathtaking in person. Jan, your village was just absolutely out of this world. And also, so is your Santa wreath. This is wonderful. You and your sister bought all of these ornaments together on your travels?
Most of them on our travels, yeah. A lot of them we bought here in Denver, but most of the time when we try, she would go with me when I worked, and she'd stay in the housing where I had, and so then we'd go out shopping on weekends and buy Santas.
Do you have any favorites on the wreath?
I do. I love this little one. He's from Santa Fe, and this one here is from Santa Fe. But there's just a lot of them. We bought them at craft shows, so a lot of them are homemade. Now, there's one on here that she painted. Where's that?
Well, it's hard to spot them when there's just so many wonderful Santas on this wreath. I love it. Again, this is so inspirational. I love a theme. I love a strong theme. You did that with your snow babies and now with your Santas. It's just such a great idea. I think, Jen, this is also a great idea for those that don't want to do an entire tree.
Correct. That's why I don't do it. I don't have room for a tree, so I put up the wreath.
Well, girlfriend, you got the biggest Department 51 village I've ever seen in my life, so I understand. There's no room for a tree when you have that. It's the absolute best.
Santa is one of the first Santas I appliqued, and so it's kind of crude looking, but I still love it. My sister, she made one, and we made them together. We always had fun every Saturday sitting and cutting out and sewing quilts.
I love this. You have some wonderful quilts in your house. These themed quilts are just, I love this with the 3D and the Santa and the toys on his back carrying a tree behind his back. You have an American Santa right here. Was it fun for you to pick out the themes?
Oh, it was. It was fun.
I love this. Speaking of quilts, we are in Jan's sewing room right now, where she actually does a lot of sewing for Grace Marie. And this is just one of your most spectacular quilts of all time.
This one is 12 Days of Christmas. And some of these blocks have over 1,200 pieces in them. It's all hand appliqued. I did most of it when I was traveling on my job. Put it together and work on it on the plane and in the hotel.
How long did you work on this collectively?
Oh, probably a year, probably a year.
Oh, wow. Well, I know you probably worked very hard and very diligently, but I would think this would take even longer. It's wonderful.
On my job, I travel. So every Monday morning on a plane and every Friday night coming home. So I had lots of time on planes.
What a great way to keep yourself busy. This is so much fun. What made you think of to make this quilt?
It was a kit that we saw in a quilt shop, and I just fell in love with it. So I just had to make it because I love Christmas. So to me, it was just part of what I needed.
We moved the little tables down there so you can see all of the squares. Each one is just so beautifully made. Don't you just love a happy, jolly Santa? His eyes twinkled, his dimples how merry. This is definitely one of my favorite squares. It has a doll in the chair and a letter to Santa underneath some chocolate chip cookies right there. And there's, do I see a little mouse house over there?
Mouse.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And toys on the floor. It even has a teddy bear. It has everything we love. Teddy bear, cookies, dolls, and mouse houses. Jan, this meant so much to us. Thank you so much for inviting us into your home. Was it fun for you to share?
Oh, very much. I just hope everybody enjoys it as much as I do.
Yes, well, we absolutely will. Anything you would like to say out there to all the teddy bear and doll collectors that are watching right now from their homes, standing in yours?
Just start collecting and have fun.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. Start collecting and have fun. I think Sammy would agree, wouldn't you? Sammy Joe. Thank you so much, Jan. It was a real treat. We loved every minute.
Thank you.